Here's how we're generating 50 to 100 new customers every single day using the Daily 3. And just to show you, over the last 90 days, we're generating between 50 and close to 150 new customers every single day. Here we have another one, 40 to 80 new customers every single day. See us scaling up ad spend 130K per month profitably. Here's another one, $220,000 a month profitably. We've worked specifically in the pet industry with some of the largest D2C pet e-commerce companies in the entire world over the last 6 years. So what we found is that a lot of companies right now, they're not necessarily having the growth that they want, and it's because they are working on the wrong issues. So if you can correct your daily actions, the daily 3, and work on the right issues, you're going to be able to grow your business, and it's just the data. If you fix the right problems, you will grow your company. So to show you the daily 3 and diving into it, the first thing that I see a lot of companies look at is traffic. They throw a bunch of their energy, their resources, their money at traffic issues. Things like SEO, influencers, ad creative, TikTok shop. You hear all these buzzwords, you're getting hit with ads if you're an e-commerce owner. You get hit with cold emails, and you have people just trying to sell you a bunch of stuff. Now, if traffic is the true issue, you're going to want to solve that issue. But if it's not the right issue and you continue to focus energy on that, it's just not something you should be focusing on. So what you want to do is just look at your priorities. So what I have found is that the only traffic source you need to go from 0 to 300K per month is Meta and Google. Do not focus on other priority 2 traffic sources until you've cracked Meta and Google. If it's not working on Meta and Google, it's not now going to work on other social platforms and other affiliate programs. You know you have a creative issue, or your creative is good if it's at least able to make you $1,000 a day without breaking. If it's starting to break, then it means it's not a good enough ad creative. So this means nothing. Traffic means nothing unless your conversion rate is at least above $2.50. So this is going to be the place where you really need to start your focus and get your offer converting for cold traffic, and also building a VSL or a listicle product page that then drives people to checkout, and making sure that your revenue per session is what it needs to be. So what does this mean, optimize offer for cold traffic? This means that you are making enough money on cold traffic that actually makes sense for paid ads. So if you're only charging $20, that's not enough profit for you left over for you to make any money on cold traffic. You'll always only be able to sell via marketplace. So think Amazon, think Etsy, these other platforms. But you want to try to build something where if you can have a $50 average order value, you can have a 5% conversion rate. That's $2.50 revenue per session. Or another way of looking at it would be a $100 average order value with a 2.5% conversion rate. That also will be a $2.50 conversion rate. So you need to ask yourself, are you above this? If not, nothing else really matters. You need to make sure that you can say yes to that check mark. If not, then you have a conversion issue. Let's say you are above that conversion rate. So you're above $2.50 in terms of the conversions. Then you can start to look at traffic, and you want to make sure you have content pieces that are above that $1,000 a day without breaking. If that is the case, then you do not have a traffic issue, but you just need to keep stacking more of these types of creatives, because at any moment your creative can break. So it's good to have multiple pieces of creative that can be considered a winner, so then you don't need to worry about if your ad eventually fatigues, or usually it just will stop working. So you want to make sure you're above a $2.50 revenue per session. You want to make sure that you have multiple ad creatives and traffic sources. Well, not traffic sources, but just pieces of creative that can generate at least $1,000 a day without breaking. And with that, then you're also going to want to make sure you have retention in place. A lot of supplement companies, you need to write on your forehead, you will never be profitable unless you are sending minimum 10 emails every single month. This is one of the most profitable things you could do for your company, because you already own the customer data. Therefore, you need to maximize the amount of revenue you're making from email. I recommend 20 emails at least every single month. I found that having more volume of creative outcompetes better emails, or having more volume of emails outcompetes better quality emails, but sending less of them. So you can see here, you have your piece of creative that's winning. You have your funnel that works. You have your emails. You're sending out at least 20 emails per month. If you look at the top brands, they do this. It's not spamming your audience. You just need to do it. And then you need to scale your sales. So once you can check the box on all 3 of these things, so your revenue per session is above $2.50. This is going to be the first thing you focus on. And then you have ad creatives that can profitably scale to at least $1,000 a day on each creative. And then your retention, you at least have 30% of recurring customers you need to now scale revenue profitably. So having the right expectations that ad spend is like a tank of gas for your car. A tank of gas does not go 7,000 miles. A tank of gas goes 300 to 400 miles. And ad spend is the same way. The data that we have in the pet industry, specifically for e-commerce, after over $120 million in pet e-commerce sales, is that most of these companies are going to operate between a 2.2, a 2.5, and a 4x MER. So that means if you are spending $40,000 per month on ad spend, your Shopify store should be around $100,000 to $160,000 per month. Now you can, and that's going to put your profit margin after all expenses between 10 and 30%. Now you can, if you want it to be more profitable, you can let organic repeat customers, word of mouth, start to help that number climb. But for mostly a paid ad driven type of business, that is going to be the data that we see. So in order to hit, let's call it $100,000 per month, you need to have the right goals that you should spend anywhere between $25K and $40K in order to hit that $100,000 per month benchmark, which should put you between 10 and 30% profit margin. Now, if you're finding that you're not making enough profit, well, then you need to not pray that your tank of gas all of a sudden takes you 7,000 miles. You need to sometimes increase the price of your product, which then comes down to this conversion scenario here. So you either need to increase the price of your product, which is a very common thing that people have to do. You need to increase your basket ring after the sale through upsells. And these are just things that you need to do so you improve the business economics of your company so you can actually afford to spend more money on ads. A company that can spend more money on ads wins. Really, once you have these things dialed in, you can hit most sales goals that you would have. And you just need to keep improving each part of your funnel. So if you want to hit $200,000 in revenue, we'll put 25% to 40% of that revenue goal in just ad spend. And you're going to be able to hit it as long as your conversion is good and your traffic is good. Now, the daily 3, prioritize the right daily work. So this stuff at scale gets more challenging. So there's more competition. You're reaching colder traffic. So you have to become top 1% in the things that actually matter. What are the things that actually matter? Will your actions today help you get more customers? And these are things you need to ask yourself every single morning. Will your actions today increase the value of your customers? And will your actions today help you cut unnecessary expenses? So if every day you are spending time on these 3 things that actually matter, then you are going to be able to grow your business and be 1% better every day. And you're going to be able to outcompete your competition. So that is where you need to just be able to circle that. And you need to make sure once you have your 3 things that you're actually not trying to squeeze out more profit, but just if you're above your profit target, then you just spend more money on ads. And that's how you're going to be able to hit these sales goals. A lot of the top businesses, they just spend more money on ads because they have financial clarity on their numbers. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, what helps you get more customers? These are the things that help you get more customers. Working on your ad funnels, making new creative, sending out a daily email, outreaching new partners for affiliate, making sure your revenue per session is above $2.50. If it's at $3, how can you get it to $3.50? What are things you could do to enhance that? Making long form videos or podcasts. So if your abandoned cart email sends people to a YouTube channel where somebody can watch a podcast of you explaining why your product's new, unique, breakthrough, and you handle maybe some of their objections on why they didn't purchase the first time, you're now going to be able to convert more people. You also could take advantage of dark social. So what are the reviews behind the reviews on your website? So this could be if somebody types in honest review of XYZ product on YouTube, what pops up? If there's an honest review of somebody reviewing your product and it's positive, now you just took somebody who's on the fence to actually want to buy your product. When somebody searches up on Reddit about your company, what comes up? People, TikTok search, same thing. So if you can start to influence some of those buying behaviors because people are skeptical, then you're going to be able to increase your conversion rate and get more customers. Doing more inputs of what's working. So if you're profitable, spend more money on ads. Collecting social proof or customer interviews, simply just interviewing your customers and then putting that on YouTube organic. It works like crazy right now. Not a lot of, especially in e-commerce space, I don't see a lot of people doing it, but it's so effective. You could just send that to your email list constantly. Cold outreaching buyers to secure retail space. So again, having multiple sales channels. It could be through Shopify, it could be through retail, it could be through Amazon. A lot of people, they're not just going to buy on Shopify. So, I was talking to a pet brand. They do about $300K per month on Shopify. They spend about $120K in ad spend. Their Amazon business does $120,000 a month without any ad spend on Amazon. So it's all people that leaked off the website and they're now buying on Amazon because they're like my fiance. They're skeptical. They're not skeptical. They just on Amazon. They don't buy it on the website. So keep that in mind and having just more places people can buy from you. What helps increase customer value? Setting up affiliate partnerships. So this would mean that you could have your newsletter that's owned media that your company now owns. You can go make a partnership with a cool company that has an innovative product that's synergistic to you. And now you can go sell that product to your email list. And if you make 40%, 50% of all sales, that's just extra profit, increasing the value of your current email list, increasing the price of your product, just increasing it 5 to 15% instantly makes you more profitable. And if you're like, oh, well, my conversions will go down. Well, yeah, you need to make your website better so your conversions don't go down. Install and refine an upsell funnel. So selling more of the same works very well, especially in consumable products. And then testing new offers that make you more money. What lowers expenses? Audit unused software, delete extra expenses monthly, negotiate with vendors, partners, softwares, landlords, manufacturers. And then can you use AI anywhere to, for example, your chat support? Now there's AI chat support. So you don't need to pay people thousands of dollars. You can have AI do it for half the price. And then just deleting and simplifying processes. So if you do all these things, you will make more money. This is the Daily 3. Follow this, make sure you have everything here, and just scale up your business. Now, if you are a pet e-commerce company and you want to generate an extra 50 to 100 new customers a day, that's what we help out with. So we'll install our custom done-for-you marketing system in your brand in 14 days or less. We've done it for dozens of companies. You can see here, 40K to 200K in less than 5 months, 0 to 500K a year in the first 90 days of working together. It goes on and on. Apply.connectors.com. Hope this video is helpful. Talk soon.